Commissioner of Police, Mr. Owen Ellington, Assistant Commissioner, Mr. Clifford Blake, Bishop Gary Welsh, Chaplain of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and Commandant of the Police Academy, the members of the Police High Command, the training staff, and members of the graduating class, and family and friends who are here gathered. I felt a tremendous surge of hope this morning as I listened to the music of the band and watched the dignity and precision with which you carried out the morning's exercises. I also had the joy of conversing with some of your officers and having been delighted at the caliber of men and women who have been raised up as leaders in this noble institution. I am indeed honored to be among this distinguished company of men and women who have answered the call to serve and shape the future of our nation at a critical moment of our history. There is a cry from the soul of the nation for a better way of life as we face social, political, and economic problems that sometimes seem so overwhelming. There is a deep yearning from the heart of our people to realize the tremendous potential that struggles within us for release. And so I want to take us for a few moments on a journey of imagination. Imagination is a most wonderful gift with which our Creator has blessed us all. It is the ability of the mind to create mental images, objects, or events that do not yet exist, or perhaps have happened in the past. And every one of us possesses some imaginative capacity. Imagination makes it possible to experience a whole new world inside the mind. It gives the ability to look at any situation from a different point of view and enables one to mentally explore both the past and the future. I'm sure you realize that every song that is ever written, every work of art created, every conceivable device or invention, every strategy, every accomplishment was born in someone's vivid imagination, only to be subsequently propelled into reality. I remember some years ago commissioning a young Jamaican craftsman to produce an item of furniture for me. I made the appropriate deposit and waited expectantly for the outcome. Some days, or perhaps 2 weeks prior to the expected date of delivery, I visited his workshop and looked around to see what he had begun to create for me. And I saw nothing that resembled my order. And so I said to him, Master Joe, what has happened to my furniture? I see no evidence of it anywhere. And he said to me, Mr. Keane, it will soon be finished. I says, but where is it? Where is the framework? He says, Mr. Keane, I have it up here, as he placed his finger on his forehead. He pointed out to me that he had already created it. He had been laying awake at nights envisioning the end product, and he knew where every screw would be placed and how many feet of lumber it would take. He had already created it, and the production was just the final touch. But this reminds me that nothing of worth happens without forethought. Without this gift that Walt Disney referred to as imagineering, or thinking shapes or destiny. That is why the scriptures exhort us, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Those who can imagine what can be, and having imagined it, proceed to create it, will shape the future of our world. Eleanor Roosevelt is reported to have said that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. I want you, therefore, to join with me as co-creators of new possibilities for our collective future. I want you to imagine with me a new Jamaica where there is love and loyalty. And I pause to remind you or to caution you to beware of loyalty that is not accompanied by love. For this usually results in division or tribalism. We, I think, could transform the electoral process of our country if we remained loyal to our respective parties while still loving one another. I saw a beautiful illustration of this in the traffic this week. There were two men on a motorcycle. One was dressed in a bright green t-shirt and the other dressed in bright orange. They were being loyal to their political persuasions, but still in close fellowship with each other. I want you to imagine with me a Jamaica where there is wisdom and courage. Courage to do the right thing and to live by noble principles. A place where citizens serve each other with strength and vigor. Imagine a Jamaica where there is justice, brotherhood, and peace, where there is diligence and creativity in our national work ethic, where there is generosity and honesty in our dealings with each other at every level of the society. Imagine with me a workplace where everyone maximizes his God-given potential and serves his community, and where labor and management work joyfully together for the achievement of their common purpose, where ordinary people give extraordinary performance. In 1962, someone imagined such a country and expressed his dream in the following words: "Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in the service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race." I know that you have all recognized the words of Jamaica's national pledge. And having done some research on the issue, I have concluded that there is none like it in the entire world. This pledge has provided for Jamaica a national aspiration, a corporate dream that we can all share and practice in our daily living and in the course of our daily duties. Can you imagine the change that would take place in our country if each of us pledged the love and loyalty of our hearts, the wisdom and courage of our minds, the strength and vigor of our bodies in the service of our fellow citizens? I suggest that this pledge is particularly relevant to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, as suggested by the JCF motto, serve, protect, and reassure. This is reinforced by your stated endeavor to serve citizens in general and through the impartial, transparent enforcement of law and order. I want to propose that if the Jamaican populace would embrace and practice the values contained in the National Pledge, the result would be revolutionary. Values such as these are not unique to Jamaica. Jimmy Carter, former President of the United States of America, reflected that there was a growing consensus in the world that the values of peace, freedom, human rights, environmental quality, the alleviation of human suffering, and the rule of law are universally cherished ideals. Justice and peace, in particular, are on the lips of idealists around the world. It was Desmond Tutu who said, "There is no peace because there is no justice. There can be no real peace and security until there first be justice enjoyed by all the inhabitants of this beautiful land." Jamaica's national pledge is pregnant with powerful, positive images, which, if promoted and encouraged to permeate the national mind, has the potential to create a reality in keeping with the national vision for Jamaica as expressed in the Vision 2030 Jamaica National Development Plan, which states that Jamaica becomes the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. If this vision is to become a reality, the living out of our pledge must be an integral part of that process.